now joining me, we have Paula, and she is here to talk with us a little bit about the 2014 High Country Kids Triathlon. This just sounds like a fun event.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
awesome.
It's a good, fun community event. Lots of kids out there with lots of smiles and having a good time.
Definitely. Now, for anyone who may not be familiar, talk with us a little bit about a triathlon and what all it includes.
Okay. A triathlon involves 3 disciplines: swimming, biking, and running. And it's usually in that order because you're less tired on the swim, so less chance of getting hurt.
Right.
And there's all sorts of distances for adults, anywhere from a sprint triathlon to an Ironman. Most people have heard of the Ironman Hawaii World Championships, but there's all other distances shorter than that one too, and actually longer than an Ironman. So
I don't know how people do things like that. But this one doesn't sound like it's going to be quite as intense, this kids triathlon. Talk with us about the distances.
Well, there's 3 age groups, so it's really 3 races in one.
Okay.
And the first age group is 8 and under, and they will swim 50 meters in the county pool, and that's out and back. And then they will ride their bike 1 mile and then run half a mile. And so that's the first one, the little kids. And they're a lot of fun, and there's really no, it can go down to however, we've had 4-year-olds do it before.
Wow.
So it's pretty amazing. And some of the smaller ones, they might not feel real comfortable in the water, but if they don't feel real comfortable, they can have a kickboard, and sometimes parents have gotten in with the kids too and helped them get through the swim. The second age group is 9 to 12, and we actually have the most kids in that age group pre-registered. And what they do is they swim 100 meters, so that's up, back in the pool, and they bike 3 miles and run 1 mile.
Okay.
And then the older group is 13 and up, and they will swim 200 meters, bike 4 miles, and run 1.5 miles.
All right, so I like that there's different age groups and kind of different distances that fit each one.
Yeah.
Very neat. So talk with us a little bit about how the idea for a kids triathlon got started here in the High Country.
Well, I'm a triathlete myself, and I did some races with a friend of mine, and we were coming back from one race, and we said, well, there should be something for the kids in the High Country because we both had kids at that time who would be interested in doing it. So we just decided to start it, and that was about 7 or 8 years ago.
Awesome. So this has been going on for quite a while. It must be very successful.
Yes, it is. Usually we have anywhere from 60 to 100 kids do it.
Wow.
Just depends on the weather, so I'm excited because the weather's supposed to be good this Saturday.
Yes.
I'm glad we didn't do it last Saturday when it was 35 degrees. So.
Yeah, that might not have been quite as enjoyable for everyone.
Yeah, so I think people are used to it, and we usually do it around the Memorial Day weekend. And it's a good opportunity to inspire kids to be athletic. And there's not many events that are just for kids.
Right.
In the High Country, there are some kids can run in a race, but it's not, this is just for kids.
Awesome. So talk with us a little bit about the experience for a child who participates in this. It must be very rewarding to accomplish this, and just a very neat event.
Yeah, it is. It's a very good, what's the word, builder for them, for their health and for their self-confidence. So we have some kids who are just naturally athletic, and they have no problem doing the race, and they can zip through it in a record amount of time. But then there are some kids who maybe they are not used to swimming, and so this is really stretches them. And then when they do it, it's a great feeling of accomplishment. And actually, the Watauga swim team has been helping. We've been having swim practices in the pool, and the kids on the swim team have been helping the younger kids learn how to swim.
Awesome.
I think up in the High Country, it's a little bit less opportunity for swimming.
Yeah. But a very important skill to, of course, learn, safety-wise. Very neat. Now, do you have a lot of kids who have come back year after year?
Yes, we have several who do the same thing year after year, and they get all excited, and then it's like, okay, I know I'm in this age group, and I got to do really well because next year I'm going to age up, and it's going to be a longer distance. So, yeah, they know that.
All right, so they're thinking all this through. They're processing all this. Yes. Now, do we have any prizes or awards?
Yes. We have when they finish, they will get an award for finishing, and then we give out prizes for first, second, and third in each age group, and that's for boys and girls. So for the 8 and unders, there's 6 top prizes, and for the 9 to 12, there's 6, and the 13 and up, there's 6. And then at the end, there's a lot of door prizes that local businesses have been very generous and donated, and Appalachian Ski Mountain, and they donate ski passes and ice skating passes, and Tweetsy donates tickets. So there's some really good door prizes out there.
Fantastic. Yeah. Now the money that you guys raise, where does that go?
This year it's going to go to the Watauga swim team, because they are working really hard. Everybody on the swim team has been working really hard, and a lot of those people will be volunteering that day. There's a lot of volunteers that are out there helping the kids, telling them which way to go and things like that.
Definitely. I would imagine it does take a lot of people to coordinate an event like this. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Now, how long has it taken you to get ready for this year's triathlon?
Well, we start in January.
Okay.
So it's been a while.
Months.
Yeah.
Well, very exciting. And talk with us a little bit about registration and how all of that works.
Okay, so from now until Thursday at 1, you can register online at active.com. So you go to the website and you'll have to type in High Country Kids Triathlon, and that will take you to where you can register for this race. If you don't get it done by then, you can register the day of the event. And if that's your case, if you need to register the day of the event starts at 10 in the morning. You need to get there at 9, at least. It's setting up for a triathlon is a little more time consuming than setting up just for a run. So it takes a while. So make sure if you haven't pre-registered to get there at 9. And we would love to have you that day too. So we want lots of kids. The more fun.
Awesome. Yeah. And that's a great point. Talk with us about this setup. How do you get your bike and your shoes and all of those things ready to go?
That's a really good question. So the transition area is right in front of the office at Parks and Rec, where that is.
Yes.
And we have it marked off with chalk. And so the kids come, and they have each kid has their specific numbered spot, and they will put their bike in there and their shoes, tennis shoes, and whatever else they might want to put on after the swim. So they swim in the pool, and they'll come out the side door of the pool. That door is never used except for the kids' triathlon, because everybody comes in and out at the front. But they come out that door, they run to where their bike is, and they'll put on their shoes and socks and a helmet. You have to have a helmet. And some kids do the whole thing in their bathing suit. It's their choice. Some kids like to put on a shirt. Some kids don't put socks on, but whatever they want to do is fine.
Whatever you're most comfortable in.
And then they do the bike. They come back to the same spot, put their bike down, take their helmet off. If they remember, I've had some kids run in a helmet before. That's okay.
That's okay too.
And then they'll start running. So the bike course and the run course are kind of opposite, so there's not an overlap there.
Okay. Well, this sounds like such a fun event.
Yes, it is.
Very, very exciting. This Saturday, now, does each age group start at a different time? Or?
The older kids will start first, so they'll start right at 10. And then once they get through, then the middle group will start, and then the little kids go at the end.
All right.
Yep. That way they're not getting run over by the bigger kids.
Yeah.
So that's worked really well. We've done it that way. And yeah, some of the younger kids get done in an amazing short time.
Wow, very exciting. Can you say anything to the importance of an event like this and really promoting exercise and well-being and making it fun for kids?
Yes, I think, kids nowadays, they don't spend a lot of time like when we were growing up. We played outside all the time. Kids don't do that as much, there's too much technology. So this really helps them to get motivated to get exercise, be outside, and have a good time too.
Awesome. So you can register day of.
Yes.
Need to be there by 9.
Yes.
Okay. This Saturday.
Yes.
May
And
24th.
if you can register beforehand, that would be the most helpful at active.com.
Awesome. Well, such a fun event. We'll be very excited to see how everything goes. Thank you so much for coming in to talk with us today.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we will be back right after these messages with more of the Mountain Television Network.